Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here for part 2 of my week 1 challenge. Now the challenge for week 1 is to make an ephemera holder. Lots of people have been doing amazing with this and actually got a lot further than I have. So I thought it's best that I kind of jump on and get this second part done, so at least the base is finished and ready for the second week challenge, because we are very soon going to be releasing the next lot of freebies and revealing the next part of the challenge, which is still to do with the ephemera holder. So yeah, I needed to get this second part done. It has been a bit of a busy week. I've been working on a Father's Day project, which I can't show at the moment because my husband does sometimes see my videos, so I don't want to spoil the surprise for him, but I will show you after the weekend is finished and Father's Day has kind of been and gone. So I haven't actually got too much to do, so this video should be a lot shorter than the last one, but just to give you a quick little recap of where we got to last time. So I've got 3 envelopes. They were this size envelope before. All I've done is just cut the top off, and then I just cut about 1 inch extra off of the other 2, and they're just hinged together with a piece of scrapbook paper. Although actually no, this one, sorry, was from my kit, but it's on a kind of sturdier paper than just normal copier paper. So they're hinged on those. I am going to bind this, so that obviously will secure it as well. And then in the last video, we just did this section. So I've just attached more envelopes to have more kind of flip outs and pockets and things. All I did off camera is I took one of the smaller envelopes, which I'm using for the pockets for the front. So these are just my smaller brown envelopes. I kept the flap open so that it is still a pocket, but I have put paper on the front and I've put paper on that flap and inside as well. And then what I'm going to do is glue this part and this part so that it is a belly band as well as a pocket that way. Or I could actually have it a little bit lower and have it as a pocket rather than a belly band, and then a pocket that goes that way, which I think I might actually do instead. So yeah, I might make it into a pocket, so glue on the 3 edges so that it's then a pocket there and a pocket at the back. So I'm just going to stick that in, and then that's this section, apart from obviously ephemera, that's this section finished. So just a bit of glue down the sides and along the bottom. Oh, making sure it is actually the bottom, yep. Won't be the first time I've stuck something the wrong way. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up down here. And then that goes down like that. Okay, so that's that section. This section I'm going to do as part of the week 2 challenge, so I won't spoil what the week 2 challenge is, but that's where that part's going to come in. So what I want to get done is have this covered, and I have got all of my papers ready. So I have cut this down to size. I've just done exactly how I've done the other part here. So if you watch part 1, you can see how I've done that, but I've just kind of measured it, trimmed it down, and I have inked around the edge. So that's going to get stuck down. I'm just going to do that now so that it's done. I'm just going to give this a little bit of an unclog so the glue flows a little bit better. Okay, so that's going on there like that. And then I've got this envelope. So this is different to those ones. Those ones were this way round with the flap and the opening up the top here. This one is this way round. This is actually going to wrap around the ephemera holder and form a pocket front and back. But I'm not wrapping it around yet because I'm not sure how bulky this is going to be. So I'm going to kind of wait until it's full up and then wrap it round. But I do still want to obviously cover and decorate. Now, I'm not going to use this as an envelope, so I am just going to seal it. So I'm just going to pull this bit off, as well as add some glue. because, as I say, I'm not actually going to use it as an envelope, so it doesn't matter. And again, I've cut my paper down and I have inked around the edge. That's literally just going to get stuck on there. Okay, so that goes on there like that. I'm then, I've got these, how many do I have? 5. So I've got 5 of these smaller envelopes. Now, just in case people are interested, I did have some people answering asking the comments, and I did answer. But these envelopes are about a 4-inch square, aren't they? Oh, it's slightly taller, so it's 4¼ inch by 4. These ones are half of an A4 kind of folded in half, so they're 9 inches by 6¼ and it's the same for the other ones as well. I've obviously just trimmed them down, and like I said, the orientation is just different, but it's the same size. So they're the envelopes I've used, but you just use whatever you have in your stash. Same goes for these ones. As you saw, these were just old recyclable envelopes that I've got in there. Right, so with these 5 envelopes, and I have already in the last video cut off the tops, just going to make sure that they are all glued down properly because we don't want them coming apart. Now you can, if you're crafting along and doing the same thing, you can cover these. I'm not going to. I don't mind the brown look. You can see some of the brown envelope with the papers anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. But yeah, you can cover them if you wish with some papers. Yeah, I've done a little bit of prep work ahead of this video just because I didn't want it to be quite as long as the last one, because the last one I think it was about an hour. And I don't tend to do videos that long. At the most, I don't really like to go over half an hour because I know we're all busy people. Right, so that's that. I'm just going to get them in order again, make sure that I've all got the openings at the top. And then they're all going to get stuck together. Now, obviously, where I've stuck this down, that's actually going to be on the back. And then, if you remember, this was my prototype that I showed last time. So this one, I used one of the tags as the closure. So this kind of holds it closed. And this one, I've actually used one of the labels from the kit for the closure. I'm going to do something slightly different with the closure, but I'm going to use the same idea as a tag. So this is one from my kit. This one I'm making with Nathalie's kit. So I've got this tag here that I'm going to use. So I've cut it out. These are actually 2 tags, but I've just put them back to back just to make it a little bit more sturdier as well. And the first thing I need to do is just cut that hole out. Right, sorry about that. I had a bit of a coughing fit, so I paused the video and then I forgot to press play when I was cutting that out. But that's all I've done. I've got as far as cutting that out. So I'm just going to give it a slight ink as carefully as I can, just sort of in that edge and on this side. Okay, just like that. And then I need to score this a little bit because I need it to be expandable. So just going to grab my smaller scoreboard. I don't need anything too big. And then all I did last time is I kind of thought about roughly where I wanted it to come. So I think possibly about there. So let's have a look. Just going to grab my pencil and put a little bit of a mark there. Nothing too dark, but just enough so I can see. I'm just lining it up with where it's got 3 inches, just so I kind of know. And then I'm just going to score that. Then going to go along each notch. And I'm going to do, yeah, maybe 4 lines. So I've got the 3 inch and I've got 1, 2, 3 score lines after that. Okay, and then I'm just going to give them a little bit of a fold, just so they kind of create that rounded edge. Okay, so they don't have to be a sharp fold, but that just gives it then that little bit of bulk if I need it. So I'm just going to get rid of that, bring this back in, and then I'm going to glue these together. So let's turn it that way. Okay, and then all you do is an upside down T, and it just allows it to expand. So glue down the middle, glue down the bottom. The next one goes on top. Just make sure that you're obviously lining them up. The thing I've noticed with envelopes is they're never exactly the same. So just line it up as best you can. So down the middle, along the bottom. And the last one. Okay, then this bit is going to get stuck on the back. I just tried to make sure that it was obviously roughly centre, or as centered as you can. That's it, and then as you can see, you've still got that curve. So when you start obviously filling this up, it does have the opportunity to expand. Okay, so that's that. Right, now for the closure. So this is where I'm going to make it a little bit different. I'm actually going to use these discs. So these are just 1 inch. I was trying to find something that would fit within here, and these do fit quite nicely. And then all you do is fold them in half. And I've done 4 because I couldn't actually remember how many I needed. So I've done 4 just in case. Because what I need it to do is to flap either side. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so you need 3 together. So try and line them up as best you can. then this will form your closure. So essentially what's going to happen is this will come down, you pinch those two bits together when it comes through, and then you push them apart, and that holds it closed. So to reinforce this bit, you can stick that on there just to kind of make it a bit more sturdy, which I think is what I'm going to do. And this bit's the tricky bit, so I always try and place it in roughly where I want it to be. And then I'm going to try just pop a paper clip on it just to kind of hold it in place. And then on the bottom, I'm going to add my glue. And then I'm just going to line it up, and then I can push that down, and I'm just going to hold it in place for a moment. I can take away that paper clip now because I don't need that. Okay, and that's it. So you just pinch them together, that lifts out, and then you can get in there, and then you just slot them back in, push them apart, and it holds it closed. Okay, excellent. Right, so this is obviously going to at some point get wrapped around here. Now at the moment obviously I don't know how thick this is going to need to be, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this on here. And I'm going to stick it a little bit further down because obviously I've got all the florals and things up here. Just checking if I even got it the right way around. No, it goes this way. So I'm going to stick it here just because we've got, again, the biggest floral there. And I'm going to kind of create an even edge here. So it's going to get stuck about there. And then at least once it's on here, it doesn't matter if the front perhaps covers more of the paper and then there's a shorter side here. That doesn't particularly matter. But I can sort that out, yeah, towards the end when I actually know. Do I want it down the bottom or do I want it a bit more central? I think I might actually have it more central. Yeah. So again, I'm going to add my glue to the back. Now I'm not going right up to the edges for the same reason that you do the T in the middle. You want a little bit of give on the envelope so that it does actually open up. So I'm just going to pop that down there. And then, as I say, that will get stuck on there at some point. Something like that. And then that's how the front will look. And then I'll have that as a pocket. You've obviously then got the envelope part there. Then we open up. We've got all of these spaces here. And then the next challenge, week 2's challenge, will be sorting out this part. Right, so that's everything from me today. As I said, I wanted this to be a much shorter video, but we've got the front done and we finished off that bit in here as well. So that's now all ready for the second challenge. Again, I do want to give a huge thank you to everybody that is taking part. Massive thank you to those that have been purchasing the kits. We've had lots of great feedback, lots of people enjoying this project and having that ephemera kit. If you enjoy these videos and these challenges, please consider giving me a thumbs up, dropping me a comment. I do love reading the comments that you place below. Of course, I would love for you to click that subscribe button as well. And if you do, make sure you click that bell so you are notified of all new crafty videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.